Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome to Against the Storm. This is a city building game of some kind with meta progression elements. That's really all I know about it, aside from the fact that it is, without a doubt, the single most requested, most recommended game. People really want to see me play this. So here we go. I guess let's do it. All I know about this game at this point is this title screen. Let's see what it has to offer. I'm digging this. I'm digging the creature people.
The world is plagued by the blight storm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the smoldering city where the mysterious scorched queen reigns. You are one of her viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown. Your goal is to help rebuild the smoldering city and secure the future of the Queen's subjects.
And presumably all this rain is bad for that. Oh, I have the mouse at the edge of the screen here. Okay. Neglecting your village will increase the queen's impatience and bring her wrath upon you. Yes, I probably don't want to do that. No mouse overs on the critical words there. Fulfilling your duties will increase the town's reputation. Oh, this is the impatience bar, I see. Fulfilling your duties will increase the town's reputation, unlock new buildings, and eventually bring you to victory. Now choose a new blueprint. Select the crown icon below. Each expedition starts with only a few essential blueprints. More will be given to you as you gain reputation points. Here's a woodcutter's camp. You know, for cutting down trees. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so it's pausable. Build a woodcutter's camp and explore the forest. You have to keep the fire going at all times. How do I... Okay, here we go. So what does this cost us? It costs us metal. I see we have an awfully large number of types of resources to pay attention to up here. Oh, okay. These are just things within the food category. So here we have building materials, which is a category that currently only contains one thing, but presumably will contain more. And then fuel and exploration materials like wood and tools and whatnot. Interesting that wood is not a building material. Okay, well, let's, let's put this down someplace where it's going to get us a whole lot of trees. These are supplies of other things. Yeah, so I don't want to interfere with those too much. I guess down here in the bottom area seems good. All right, get to it, friends. Or maybe don't. Maybe I need to manually put them on that. Okay, we have a great big encyclopedia. We're going to figure this out. You will build not one, but many settlements. To successfully establish a town and therefore win a run, you need to collect enough reputation points to fill the entire blue reputation bar. It's important to do this before the red bar reaches its maximum, because you will lose. Yeah, that makes sense. You also lose if all your villagers leave or die. Okay. So the hearth is crucial to the survival of your village. If the fire goes out, people's resolve will start falling drastically. To keep it burning, a fire keeper and a steady supply of fuel are needed. Ah, okay, so that's why we have a whole fuel category, as this stuff is like critically important. You can decide which types of fuel will be burned by selecting the hearth. Okay. Building stuff. Just real quick, how I make it. What is rain punk? Rain punk technology utilizes the unique properties of the rain to power advanced machinery. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I just want to make sure that my crew is actually going to build this building. Do I need to give you manual orders? Doesn't seem like it. You know what? I'm realizing... how do I rotate the camera? I'm realizing this thing... it does have an arrow coming out of one side of it. Did I lay it down with its front, like in the trees, perhaps? Okay, R is the rotate key. Like, what if I plug this like all the way into the woods over here with the front part actually out? Oh, I see. Okay, this little one actually was already running to construct the thing. I was just too impatient. Well, whatever. We'll have 2 woodcutters camps. It's probably sensible. It seems like we're going to need a lot of stuff to burn. Okay, no workers are assigned to this building. Specialization bonuses, wood. Okay, so we have a couple of worker slots here. Let's assign some people. So I don't really know what's up with my what's the story with my population here. Hold on. We got humans, an adaptable species susceptible to the rain, adept at farming, and love to brew. That comports with my knowledge of humans, certainly. And the 16 tells us that we have 16 of them? No, it tells us that the resolve level among the human population is 16. I guess I have 3, and they're all homeless and jobless. Okay. We also have beavers, hardworking and honest, but quite demanding. They are gifted woodworkers and enjoy engineering. That makes a lot of sense. So I guess let's assign all the beavers to do the job here. And then we also have some lizards. Lizards are very resilient and distrustful. They are very good with animals and meat production, and prefer to work in warm environments due to their cold-blooded nature. So it's not clear to me why, when I built the thing, it was a lizard who ran to get the crafting materials. Probably will understand the sort of the balance between the peoples better as we go on here. But for the moment, yeah. Y'all go and start doing that, and I might just leave this one open for the moment. Periodically, you'll be assigned new orders from the Citadel. Select the envelope in the upper right to check your new objectives. Okay, that's pretty far away from the rest of the playfield. Okay, woodcutters camps. Well, I sure do seem to have done it. They wanted me to get 2, and also produce 10 wood. Okay, so we're working on that. When we do so, we'll gain 3 new beavers and some reinforced axes. Okay, cool. So enough beavers to staff both of the woodcutter camps. And also a reputation. Every full reputation point you acquire lowers impatience. Okay. Well, we'll just let our folks do their thing. We do have some timescale controls here. I'm not going to mess with it for the moment. Okay, so now that we've done that, exploring the wilds. So we need to cut through the forest to discover 2 glades and assign 5 beavers as woodcutters. I mean, obviously we're going to assign all 6. That'll get us some new humans and some meat and some more reputation. Alright, to cut through the forest and reach glades faster, you can mark certain trees for felling. Select the axe icon on the right-hand side. Okay. Okay, or just hit F. It's like these ones. Right, this has got to be a glade. And then this area up here as well. And we will assign the extra workers here. And that effect, that perk bonus, yeah, okay, it is affecting both of the things. Alright, although you're surrounded almost entirely by thick forest, there are smaller and bigger glades around your starting location. To establish a successful settlement, you'll have to cut your way through to them. Glades can contain resources, treasures, fertile soil, ruined buildings, and more. The best rewards come from dangerous or forbidden glades marked with a skull icon, but these will have a dangerous glade event within them, which will require you to deliver goods or complete a challenge. Okay. Alright, and so we're getting reputation, which means we get new blueprints. Your renown grows. You can now choose from one of the available blueprints. We get the Shelter. Can accommodate any villager but won't satisfy needs for species-specific housing. Okay, yeah, it would be good if our people were not sort of just stuck out in the rain, yeah? I wonder how much it matters, like, which direction the doors face. I guess, here, let's do this. And then Each one of these can house 3 people. We have 12 citizens right now total. If I put another one there, I'm going to make things a little bit awkward as far as the access to that wood camp goes. I don't really want to cut things off. Just kind of flailing with the controls for the moment here. There we go. That's how we control the map. Let's... Wait, no. Cancel. Hold on. I don't want to inactive the construction site because I think I put it over the door of that one behind it. Oh, let me move it. Yeah. More like this, I guess. Would be better. Okay. And we are currently a little short on wood, but we're getting there. Okay, we can assign things higher priorities and stuff. Higher priority gets built first. Yeah, we'll just, again, let them do what they're doing for the moment. They're working on it. They're getting it done. So we will have room for everybody to sleep, and looks like we're starting to get close. So what are these? These are flax. Resilient plants perfect for cloth making. Requires a camp with a star recipe or better. Interesting. All of it'll make sense in time, I'm sure. So people have to go back to the hearth occasionally to warm up and refill their resolve, right? At least I think that's what they're doing. We're also running resources back to the main warehouse here. Just trying to make sure I have like an understanding of their needs. Lizard firekeepers are very adept at ancient rites, so our current firekeeper is a lizard, I guess, which makes the fire more effective, maybe? Okay. We have unlocked a glade. It has a root deposit in it. A tangled net of living vines that must be gathered via a forager's camp. And this other glade... You know, I feel like I play a lot of games that are sort of like this, right? Where we have this like 3D, 3/4 camera. It's a very standard way of showing the map in strategy games. And I feel like every game has different ideas about which buttons should cause the camera to turn and which ones should cause it to pan. It's always just like a little bit of a hassle adjusting to a new thing. Okay, so each one of these things can only store a certain amount of stuff. We found another flax field. Okay, well, it's something. We are exploring the wilds. You can't say we're not doing that. New objective. Create a forager's camp. It's slower and can only gather from small nodes. Oh, the small, crude version of the camp. Can collect grain, roots, and vegetables. Get ye some vegetables to receive some giant vegetables. Oh, that's a perk. Okay. It makes all of our vegetables more effective. Seems useful. And let me guess, we're going to get the design for the small foragers camp. Sure. All right, well, I will take that. We will build such a camp. So this is the rotate button. There we go. I'm getting it. This seems like a fine spot. A fine spot and direction. That I probably don't want to assign a lot of extra work right now because we want to make sure people are focused on the thing that actually needs to get done, right? So you're adept at farming. This isn't really farming. So we don't have people who are like super... Oh, I guess it does count as farming. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. And for each person who's assigned, you can look at what they're currently doing at the camp. That's cool. It seems like Alt is giving us just sort of like a quick overview. If we want to like zoom out, this would probably be more useful. So yeah, we have a lizard fire tender assigned to the hearth. We have lots of other stuff. I mean, we could set up more. That's not the right thing. We could set up more foragers camps to do some foraging. Now that that one's up, I guess I think this is a reasonable thing to do. Let's gather these vines. Oh, I suppose that's true. I could be reaching out to more glades, couldn't I? This is quite a large one. Would y'all maybe focus this away? And then those would be good to grab too. Okay, things seem pleasant all of a sudden. Let's have a look at what we are completing here. So, another reputation point. Now, stonecutters. You know, they collect stone. Stone, clay, and sea marrow. That's interesting. Get some of that clay that's nearby to get steel shovels, which provide a similar bonus to clay production as all of the other perks. Pretty straightforward stuff so far. This is our clay over here. If I put down... I'm assuming if I put down the camp in a position where it can't go due to trees, that it will prioritize those trees for destruction. Nope, it actually just won't let me. That's interesting. That's enough room for someone to get by, maybe? Maybe. I'm gonna prioritize these trees over here for destruction. We will dig out a path. But okay, so they'll keep expanding. The woodcutters will keep expanding into the glades as best they can. Nobody is actually assigned here. We can probably fix that. We do have some more humans. Do we have anybody who's particularly good at this work? We don't. Well, I'll put the humans on it then. Okay, we got a spooky glade over here. And out there, the ocean, I guess. Yeah, we need to open up this glade anyway, right? Okay, so a couple of humans gathering clay. How quickly are these nodes? Yeah, they are being depleted actively, but it's gonna be a while before you run out of that many resources. What is this now? We got newcomers. Pervin Runebeak, the Royal Stormwalker. Says these people have been sent here by the Crown. Which group do you want to stay, Viceroy? The other will continue on to the next settlement. So we can pick up some more beavers along with some grain. Or some humans along with veggies, stone, and leather. Just kind of like a bunch of stuff. Well, I don't know if we need grain. Hacking through trees is useful. I don't know. I'm going to take the humans, I guess. We probably have enough tree hacking going on, right? It is a little bit of a bummer that it takes so long to get to the various glades, but I think we're all right. Okay, harvester camps can gather large and giant resource nodes in addition to small ones. Can collect plant fiber and reeds. Okay, so a star does not indicate like this is a special thing. The number of stars indicates like rarity or like the quality of the resource. So 1 star is actually very bad. And harvest some plant fiber. Okay. This can be done. So wait, how do I... Oh, right, I have to claim the design first. That's how. Okay, an advanced camp. Made of wood and parts. We're almost out of parts. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we can position this thing to get access to all of the flax, and then I can press the wrong button and just completely delete it. That's fine. There we go. Oh, what have we here? Bleeding tooth mushroom, dewberry bushes, and an herbalist's camp. A building not destroyed by the storm. It's just a place where we could get some herbalists to work. We'd have to rebuild it though, or we could salvage it, or we could rebuild it. It feels like I probably want to rebuild it, right? Some events can be resolved in more than one way. Each option has different requirements and rewards. Some are marked with keywords, which affect certain perks and stuff. Okay, well, I would like to do the rebuild. So let's assign workers to the rebuild. I guess some humans. All right, go get it, friends. That seems useful, probably. And again, like I said, we're running short on parts, so any cool new building that we don't have to build ourselves seems rad. Okay. So they've got that under control. Our harvester's camp is also, in theory, going to get built at some point. We are starting to get a little bit run thin on population. People are busy. So every building has its own internal storage where the goods it produces or gathers are temporarily stored. When internal storage reaches its limits, the goods in it will be transported to the main warehouse by a worker. While transporting, it's important to keep in mind that villagers have limited carry capacity, so they might need to walk between their workplace and the main warehouse multiple times. Goods kept in a building's internal storage can be accessed by workers from other production buildings. If two buildings are close enough and use each other's internal storage, an animated dotted line will be visible between them. Sometimes deliveries and production might stall for a while because of breaks. Every few minutes, workers will return to a nearby hearth to eat and rest. During a break, they'll consume at least one item of food and try to fulfill all of their needs. Okay. That makes sense to me. I follow. Glade events are objects found in the forest, like abandoned caches, survivor camps, etc. Some are positive, others are dangerous, forcing you to act quickly to avoid negative consequences. Once you select an event, we get that panel. Be able to find a few different sections. Okay, this seems pretty straightforward. We kind of already figured this out. Working effects are special conditions that activate once you give the order to investigate an event. Your goal is to survive these conditions for a set amount of time. After the event has been completed, your workers will deliver the rewards to your warehouse. Okay. So once this thing is completed, we will then have to assign somebody to this stuff. This is an alchemy proficiency building, so it does not apply the humans' farming proficiency. Okay. Get a lizard on this one. And yeah, our population is stretched really thin, actually. Okay, we still got these marked, still got these marked. I can probably unmark those trees. Those trees are no longer of any special importance. So it just keeps raining. The hostility of the forest. People are growing more anxious. Okay, so each hearth lowers hostility each year we've been out here, and each villager we have raises hostility. That's interesting to know. And we have an indicator of the time the weather will take to change. Rampaging storm stifles the spirit of all living creatures. An additional stack of this effect is added for each hostility level, -4 resolve. Okay. Well, I think people are doing okay so far. Let's go ahead and deliver this objective. Building blocks. Okay, so we need a crude workstation which will allow us to refine our existing resources into cooler resources. We get a workstation upgrade and a bunch of parts, which we will need, probably. So that's going to be... That's not a decoration. Oh, well, first of all, right, I got to take the... Pretty important. Can use storm water. Interesting. All right, a crude workstation... It's interesting that where the front of the building is affects whether or not it can interact with the building to the lower right. I guess build it like this. So it can share internal storage with all of those. Which I think, if that means what I think it means, that it doesn't, like, workers don't have to actually physically move the goods as long as the buildings are close enough, they just can, like, work out of each other's pockets. That's the way I've taken it. Seems like it would be awfully useful. Alright, so we want to produce 4 of each advanced thing. Alright, now that this is done, we can assign 1 lizard to it. And... production's like, how do I just leave this checked if I want it to produce things? Sorry, can you show me? Oh, okay, right clicking unassigns. Okay, no, he is still going and physically like getting the planks from the woodcutter's camp. Okay, you can make some of this stuff out of multiple materials. We're working off of what we have, obviously. Choose a cornerstone. No one can weather the storm alone. The Queen offers you a cornerstone that will lay the foundation for your town's prosperity. Choose wisely, as you won't be able to change it. The Royal Academy wants a detailed map of the region. Will supply anyone willing to help. Gain reed and clay for each discovered glade. Or production is 50% quicker in the crude workstation. I feel like this is probably pretty important, right? This is going to bottleneck you on producing more important buildings and stuff. Let's take the carpenter's tools. We're doing okay on just like raw resource levels, I feel like. Yeah, okay, so I still don't exactly understand how to make this thing produce things. It says limits locked for now. Production uses more resources and takes more time since this building's equipment is not designed for this task. I can't tell if this building's just gonna work once it's good. Let me unassign a person from here. We probably don't actually need that thing to be full. Let's get a full crew working at the workstation. So like here with the copper bars, this is red because we actually have the resource that we could swap this to, right? Or no, it's red because we don't have either of the resources. Yeah, here we have clay and stuff. We don't need to make pipes, so that's fine. Okay, now one of the people's inside actually... So they go and they gather raw resources, and then they go inside, and they actually produce. Okay, so I don't need to babysit this. I don't need to order quantities. I see. Yeah, they just went and got stuff. So all we're doing really is just waiting. Do our people... It's kind of hard to, It's kind of hard to know, but it looks like probably not. Our people do not have, like, particular experience levels at particular tasks. A person assigned to crafting doesn't get better at crafting over time or anything. I don't think. I don't see anywhere that would be tracked. Alright, so I guess we just wait. Trust them to do the thing that they were told to do. Oh, right. The camps. Let me move this camp. I had to move the lumber camps periodically because the wood... I was like, why aren't they gathering wood anymore? But it's because the wood gets out of range. Of course. This makes total sense. Alright. So they will rapidly log everything that is within range at all. We just gotta make sure that we keep an eye on where they're at. So do these different thresholds actually indicate anything? It seems like, yeah, okay, so the new blueprint reward is at each vertical line. It just happens to be the case that we're getting enough reputation to go up to the next vertical line every time we do anything. Okay, more bodies. I do like more bodies. I think we're going to take the one that has 3 additional bodies. You're going to get more human. And then I guess we have a couple of idle. We should probably be building housing. That's a thing. Right, so that adds 12. Right now we're at what, 17, 21 people? So I guess I didn't need the fourth shelter there, but it's fine. We revealed a glade with some eggs in it. A drizzlewing nest. Weird. Alright, these two are working. Can I turn off... Well, whatever. We're about to finish the planks. I was wondering if I could turn off certain kinds of production to keep them focused, but it's not going to be relevant here in any case. As soon as that bar fills up, we're good to move on to the next goal. Okay, so we get some parts, we get a workstation upgrade, and we get one step closer to completing this tutorial. Your renown grows. You can choose from one of the available blueprints. Okay. Building specifically made for races can house 2 residents. Isn't this worse? Isn't this worse than the existing? Hold on. Shelters house 3 residents. And the human house costs more to build while being less effective. That's strange. Okay. What's our next order? Discover a dangerous or forbidden glade. Change the resource from scrolls to fabric in the ancient shrine that you find there. And deliver an ancient tablet that can be found in dangerous or forbidden glades. Okay, well, we know how to do that. I think the best way to do it is going to be, let's let them clear out these trees a little bit, and then we'll move the camp. Oh, right, no, sorry, it's this thing. Well, then we'll move the camp now. Where I really want it is, like, here. There we go. Do I want to move my other camp over here since this is like literally the only thing that matters? in terms of winning this and moving forward, I think I'm going to. There we go. Alright, we'll just get everybody's... And I like the fact that the movement is instant and free. It really refocuses your workers in a hurry. But okay, I think I see the sort of the broad strokes of this thing. Unfortunately, you know, I can probably... Y'all don't need to worry about these ones so much. There we go. It would be nice if we could carve out a little space to plug in a warehouse somewhere around here so that the path to run things back to the real warehouse isn't quite so long. Don't really think that's all that feasible at the moment, though. We'd have to dig out a bunch of space over here. Yeah, we'll be through soon enough. Does look like our stonecutter's camp is almost out of stone to cutter. So we're going to have to keep track of stuff like that. It seems like we're going to be burning through the resources in the environment quite quickly. Very curious what exactly we're going to see in here. What kinds of things occur in a dangerous glade. We'll just kick the time scale up a little bit here, since I do have my poor workers doing an awful lot of running. Okay, here we go. Ancient shrine. An ominous shrine from a long-forgotten area. It's dangerous, but it might hold ancient knowledge useful to the crown. This curse of the forefathers, disturbing the ruins of the great civilization, can have grave consequences. Kills 3 random villagers. This will trigger if the event isn't completed in time. Okay, so we just have to bring it some planks and some scrolls. But not scrolls, fabric. Fabric we have to get this thing. So let's just throw some bodies at this problem. I am going to unassign you from this. This is more important. And I can't play with the priority here. I'm sorry, I had to press investigate so they understand the critical nature of the task. Alright, so you have the planks that we need. So these things did not give such an obvious indication that they were toggleable. Okay, I guess this was only a 2-person job in the end. Oh, quickly, friend. The timer's real close, actually. Oh, right, also he has to do the build. Okay, so some humans have been dyed. Yep, that's pretty rough. We do not, in fact, need to mark trees for harvest. We are fine. Alright. We'll have our ancient tablets soon enough. And I'm not going to worry about reassigning people to anything. The only thing that matters for us at this point is completing this task, because it looks like that'll fill the blue bar and cause us to win the scenario. I think they're filling the bar faster? Maybe, not hugely so. Okay. Well, we have our thing. The lizard is carrying it in that little box. And yep, our various camps are running out of stuff to do, but it's fine. It turns out, mission all over. Alright, settlement complete. The village has been secured, but there is one more test of your skills. We got some bread. Cool. And also unlocked all of those things. And farm fields. Okay. What is this other test? I'm feeling good. Put me in. Reforging a specific seal for the first time will reduce the influence of the sealed ones on the surface world. Okay. So there's a number of mechanics that we're still unfamiliar with. Can we talk about the sealed ones? I would love to know what that's about. Villagers with low resolve will start leaving, increasing the queen's impatience. Also lowering the number of hands we have for tasks. Keeping resolve exceptionally high will grant passive reputation over time. Okay. Satisfying your villagers' needs with complex food, homes, and services will increase their resolve. This is why you would care about the lower capacity homes. Each species has a different mix of needs. It's hard to please everyone all the time. Farmers can plant only on farm fields, and those can only be built on fertile soil. Crops are planted the first season and harvested during the second. Build a farm, harvest grain, serve ale in a tavern. Okay. That seems very doable. Let's see here. That's path. I don't care about that. Okay, here we go. Oh, right. There's a blueprint. Should probably take that. Although we had the ability to build farm fields anyway. Requires a small farm nearby to produce crops. So if we go... I'm trying to put one of these in a position where we'll actually benefit from the whole thing. There we go. Now I want a farm field. Contains all of those tiles. And I guess I probably want the other thing too. So what are these? Slick shell brood mothers. We would have to clear them with a trapper's camp. Okay. Well, that's probably not happening right now, so I guess we're not going to get total coverage on this, or at least not without removing some of these trees. Am I allowed to just build back there, actually? Because that seems like... Yeah, I could just build here and cover up one of the tiles. Well, I'd have to cover up more tiles if I want to get the whole thing within range. I guess that's true pretty much no matter where I put this down. Yeah, sure. We'll just do that. Instead of trying to cut away all the trees first. Okay, these ones would be out of range anyway. So let's try that. And we're certainly going to need other stuff too. Let's get humans on farming. Yeah, we're still going to need a woodcutter's camp. We're going to need to open up, what do you call them? Glades and stuff. So one over here seems pretty sensible. Make sure I'm not putting this inside trees or anything. Yeah, okay. Not allowed to specify trees until the woodcutter's camp is actually finished. Fair enough. And do I want to just establish and start grabbing this other stuff? We have a fair number of unemployed workers. Okay, Let's put a human and you, I guess. And that is a completed order. Oh, we're just going to get more humans. Okay. Next up, woodcutter's camp and shelter. Okay. 2 of each. Let's replace you with a human. Let's go ahead and build that woodcutter's camp. If I'm not trying to destroy the area up here to make it easier to put down the farm, where am I planning to destroy? Yeah, I think this makes sense. And then we'll cut through these to the glade. So that'll cover the 2 of those. And then we just need shelter, which we cannot build yet. Gotta remember to actually check my my rewards here. How many villagers do we actually have? 11. I mean, we could build enough shelters, right? There we go. I think that'll help quite a lot. Let's assign some beavers to this. Yeah, that one is definitely going first. And we are just going to need a lot more wood. Thing is, we kind of don't have... I would love to assign more woodcutters. We kind of don't have a lot of people left. But I guess they can all go on woodcutting. Okay. Choose a cornerstone. Plus 5 barrels per minute, or plus 50% to the amount of goods produced in the small farm. Gosh, I don't even know what to make of this barrel delivery line. I guess we'll go the other way. We have nobody unassigned. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. Because if nobody's unassigned, then we have nobody who can take up the builder role. Which is obviously somewhat problematic, given that the only thing I actually care about right now is the completion of houses. Alright, we are waiting on the resources to actually get the shelters built. There we go. Yeah, population limits are really fierce. Okay, read more about reputation. Successfully complete orders, explore surroundings, keep villagers happy. You'll always get a reputation point for completing an order. To gain reputation for villagers' well-being, you have to increase the resolve above the bar that we saw. With time, your villagers will become accustomed to their living conditions, and the reputation threshold will increase, forcing you to satisfy more complex needs. To gain reputation from exploring, you have to cut your way through the forest to dangerous or forbidden glades and complete the glade events located there. Okay, so just digging out into new glades randomly all over the place is not actually going to do it. I think that's probably fine. I do still very badly want to see what is in them. Could you finish that shelter, please? Okay. There we go. Build a trapper's camp and get some meat. Okay, well, we know where we want to do that. We're also totally going to remember to go get the design for it first. It's not counted as... I did take it, right? Oh, right, but it's a camp. I'm thinking of it as like, this is a thing that it has a more active gathering role, right? But it still is a camp. It still says camp in the name. The spot where I want to put this is going to be good for it very, very soon. Actually, I guess I don't have that specific tree marked. Yeah. All right. We will put that together when we can. I really thought he was going to finish chopping the tree that he started. Who gets halfway through and just walks away? Just like, yep, I'm done. That's all the wood gathering I needed to do for today. Friend, I think you are mistaken. Am I allowed to change the priority on this particular tree? I am not. Okay, this tree had 2 charges of wood gathering. Now it has only 1. And yet, no gathering is occurring because everybody's very busy moving wood around between the warehouses and whatnot. Okay. This time, there we go. Now that should be gone, which means we can do this. That need to be right there, exactly right there. Was that worth all the trouble? Probably not. But here's the thing about me. I am ornery. You think we got to worry about the queen's impatience? I am a danger to myself and to the creatures left in my stead. Okay. So we don't actually have a ton of people left. Okay, this counts as this is the lizard thing. They love to gather meat and work with animals. Work with, doing a lot of work there, that phrase. Okay, we are slowly approaching these glades. We're going to get there eventually. Hey, look at the change of the seasons. So what exactly is it? What are y'all doing here? They just like wave their hands at the shells and then a bag of meat appears. I guess it's probably best we don't ask a lot of specific questions. Okay, so found some stuff. We found a small encampment. A destroyed camp in the wilderness. There are still survivors in the area. So we could welcome some new people or we could send them to the Citadel at the cost of some eggs. We need eggs or vegetables. Well, I'm sure we have plenty of vegetables and I would love to welcome new people. And this could be swapped to other kinds of food if I want. I mean... Alright, I do need to actually assign a person to this. Have some beavers come and do this. We could absolutely use more bodies. Oh, and I have a newcomer set as well. So maybe we didn't actually need more bodies. I don't know. So 9 leather or 10 grain and some clay and some roots. Well, I don't think we have access to sources of leather right now. Okay, these lizards are gathering, but they're doing so very, very slowly. Unfortunately, there's no upgrade I can pursue that will have them get any faster at this for right now, right? All we can do is wait. Okay. Get some more people on this so that it actually opens up at some point. And then once we're done with these trees, we're going to need to move this and... Well, I guess I don't need to move this. I can specify to the workers on this side, hey, cut through that. Oh, we finished our order. Build a smokehouse. Enable meat in the jerky recipe. Produce lots of jerky. Okay, that seems doable. And this, it seems, probably does not... It doesn't matter a super huge amount where that is placed. I guess you'd like it to be close to the storehouse. Boy, I didn't really think this through at all. I didn't have plans for the larger buildings. It is going to take them forever to build out or to dig out a space large enough for this building. So over here we have dotted lines going from the storehouse and the woodcutter's camp. I guess that's got to be good enough. I don't think we're going to get this thing put up in the other spot. Closer to where it would, to where the meat deliveries would be coming from. All right, we have just a handful left of people of most kinds. Is there a wizard working? A lizard working somewhere around here on a thing that they're not really well suited for? Because I could probably pull them and put them to work here, right? This is definitely a lizard kind of job. Also, a glade event. A small abandoned cache. This could be a lost shipment or something more valuable. Villagers move 10% faster on roads with shovels. That's not really a great perk. Or we could get a little bit of Queen's Grace. This requires us to pay tools, while this just requires us to pay stone. Like, we can actually do this one. Oh, sorry. I probably needed that. I could have switched that to clay, couldn't I? I haven't actually gathered either, but we do have a source of clay. All right, let's worry about that later. I'm gonna move this back to here. All right, give them some events to unspool, some challenges to work on. All right. So I need to enable meat in the jerky recipe. And then now that we are cooking meat and using wood to fuel that, just gotta wait until that produces 20 jerky. And then we're through half of this scenario. I have to say, I'm digging this so far. The digging through, effectively, like through the zone wall into the glades where you can continue building or, you know, find things, definitely reminds me of Northgard a little bit. And people who've been around here for a while will know that that is a thing I say as a great compliment. I do love Northgard. This could probably be moved. There we go. Just keep trying to dig further and further into these groves, which are like the caverns of the surface world. That one's pretty important, it would seem. Also, I should probably get a stonecutter's camp up. So we have a resource over here that we're just not using at all. Oh, that's a large clay deposit, though. Okay, no, that's fine. This is a normal stonecutter's camp, not a small one. So we can work that. We are both 2 stars. Can I make a secondary storehouse? Yeah, I'm gonna put a small warehouse up over here, just to reduce the run back and forth of the woodcutters. We could build another hearth, except that it's made out of some kind of lava-looking thing or some kind of fire-looking thing that I don't know what it is. And traders from the smoldering city can station here and offer their wares. That's interesting. You know what? Give me one of these too. Where do I want it? Because, like, that's probably a bad spot. I might want to build some kind of farming stuff there. So... it's probably not a thing that has to be close to the action. Yeah, I'll just do that. It is kind of obscuring the area still where we would build something to take advantage of the flax field, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, so next up, build a brewery. Enable barrels in the ale recipe and produce 20 ale. Okay, so first things first. Sorry, I do need to click this button to actually get the brewery, I'm sure. How big is a brewery? This spot would have been good for it, you know, if not for other things getting built there already. I probably want it in the middle of town somewhere, right? The middle part. So people are going to want to be able to go here. I guess this isn't, like, somewhere over here is not bad. Although there's not really a way to do that without making that woodcutter's camp unpleasant. I guess here, we'll throw it down here. Hopefully it's not a thing people need to interact with all that much. We should probably go ahead and attach somebody to this task. That is some pretty good clay there. Alright, we have plenty of wood, right? Yeah, and we have planks and stuff. I don't know exactly how the brewery is going to work, where the barrels are going to come from, etc., but we'll figure it out. Food. Your villagers need to eat in order to survive. Every few minutes they'll go on a break. If nothing they like is available, like pickled goods for beavers, they will eat raw food. If there's no food whatsoever, they'll get a hunger effect, which is, yeah, bad. Lowers their resolve. Makes them want to leave. Each species can only withstand a certain number of hunger stacks. Do our best to not make any of them have hunger stacks. Even if you grow vegetables on your farms, the amount of food you produce will soon become insufficient for a growing population. The solution is to process raw food and thus multiply it. Yep, that's pretty standard for these kinds of games, I feel like. Got ourselves a cornerstone, plus 50% to the amount of goods produced in the brewery, or specialized grain farming techniques. Grain production increases by +1 every 25 times it's produced. That's a strange one. I think we'll take the efficient brewing. I'm going to mark this as a high priority. The highest, in fact. Hubs and hearth levels. While expanding your settlement, it's very useful to set up hubs in faraway glades. To create a hub, you'll just need to build a warehouse and a small hearth. You can have multiple hubs at once, if of course you can afford to build them and have enough fuel to sustain multiple hearths. It's also important to remember each has its own range and can't be placed too close to other hearths. Okay. So as we expand out here and do stuff like this, it's probably beneficial to us to do that. All right, if we're going to break this open... Yeah, I guess we do want to keep it on stone. This is oil vessels and mushrooms. Yeah, sorry. Do need to assign a worker. And we have kind of a lot going on. We don't have a lot of loose workers at this point. Is this just made of... Nope. I was going to say, is this just made of wood, but in fact it is made of considerably more complicated materials. Oh, newcomers are waiting. That's important. Probably... Gosh. I do want the beavers, but maybe we should just take as many people as we can get. Because we are still always running low. Okay. Just replace you with the beaver, because we are going to have to build a crude workstation somewhere. I guess, I guess here just facing away from the thing is fine. It seems like the resources have to be run over to it by foot, or on foot by hand. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's not close to the source buildings. We are going to need its parts to finish the... Oh, I guess we had enough. Do I have a workstation up somewhere already? Okay. The trading post. The trader Sahilda has arrived. Can I interest you in something specific? Maybe some delicious grass-cap mushrooms or drizzlewing eggs? I don't know that I want to have drizzlewings around. That sounds bad. Okay, so we can buy stuff. Global food production speed up by 20%. Biscuits can be produced by the kiln and the rain mill. What is this resource? Well, it's a resource anyway. I guess there's not anything that that we need super critically. Yeah, you have sort of just like a smattering of goods. We can also attack the trader. Not really sure what that's going to do for us at the moment. Okay, yeah, let's just get the brewery done. We'll figure things out from there. I guess we had some advanced goods in the stockpile that I didn't realize. Yeah, we do have some stuff laying around. Okay, so once this is built, we have barrels. We want to go to using barrels to store the ale. And then also grain. How much do we need to make? 20. Am I allowed to type this? Yeah, this is a text field. Okay. That's awfully nice of them. This is a thing humans are well suited to. Okay, that stuff is all still within range. I'm trying to avoid having camps just sitting empty. Okay, we don't have any loose builders anymore. We are at 100% employment. Hopefully some more newcomers will want to show up soon. 4 minutes, in fact. I appreciate that the game's not it's not being cryptic about this kind of stuff. It's just like, yeah, here's the information you wanted. Alright, well, we are producing ale. Looks like they're each producing 15, so actually as soon as those bars are done, we are in the clear. But we still have kind of a lot of mission left to go. I want to get through these tutorial missions in the first video, so I think we'll go ahead and do this, even though it is going to take us to a place that is quite a bit longer than I usually like videos to be. Okay, this is just like a trapper kind of situation. Can I move you to a place where you'll be able to reach everything through the zone wall? The answer is yes, absolutely, if I get this tree down. So let's not worry so much about those trees. Do worry about these trees. And these trees still just, they're in the way. Yep, everything within the range of the camp. Okay, cool. Speed this task up a little bit. It really does take a while, huh? Punched through to here and discovered water skins and coal. Or we could still do, amber and Queen's Grace. I mean, I guess I should start picking up the Queen's Grace instead. I didn't realize that we even had tools, is kind of why I didn't do this on the other ones. We don't have any spare workers right now. I'm going to wait until this finishes. We're going to unassign these two. Put them on this thing. Go get it. And deliver this. Then we have to make a tavern and fulfill your villagers' need for leisure 20 times. And that's going to require, I assume, some of that ale. We'll get some new beavers and stuff. Okay. A tavern. Leisure, luxury, passive effects, Gleeman's Tales. Huh. Okay, so we need a little bit more linen for this. Yeah, I don't have anybody gathering plant fibers, do I? Oh, Jorg is coming to the settlement. You can call the trader immediately at the cost of impatience. It's probably not necessary. Yeah, we just don't have anybody on that kind of work, huh? Well, that's fixable, I suppose, in a sense. We are going to have something of a problem here with the fact that we don't have anybody to actually do the work. Wait, what is the deal with these? These are... It's just a better flax field. Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. Our harvester's camp is 2-star. It can work with 2-star stuff. This is a pretty built up area already. That'll work, I guess. I mean, once this is done, we can reassign people to that. But also, maybe I just want to like lighten up some tasks. I'm going to cut 2 of the farmers here. They can become builders. So we probably have enough of all of the planting materials. Okay, services. Villagers fulfill their most basic needs, such as food or clothing, at the hearth, and need only the right goods to do so. There's a separate category of needs that require not only resources, but also special type of building. These are called services. The village needs a suitable service building. Villagers don't have to physically go to the service building to fulfill their service needs. They'll still rest at the harsh. Okay, the tavern just needs to be somewhere in the settlement and currently operational. Service buildings also provide unique passive bonuses, usually global positive effects that activate when the building has a certain number of employees. Having 3 workers at the tavern increases resolve for everyone in the settlement. Okay, cool. Well, we will get on that. Now the 2 of you are set to gather resource here. So that the people in the... Nope, that's the Stonecutters camp. Where's the damn... Part of the problem here is I don't know the buildings by sight yet. That's the trader. That's this thing. Where's the... Here we go. This is the crude workstation. Okay, yeah, we're gathering lots of plant fiber right now. I guess I have leather. I could have been producing this from leather the whole time. It's good to have plant... We'll gather the plant fiber still, but... Yeah, okay, so you're going to work on that. Not this, but this. So this just needs to be somewhere nearby. Yeah, you really run out of space quite quickly, huh? Oh, newcomers are waiting. That's very helpful. Lizards plus stone. Yep. Taking that one because it's 4 of you. Let me move this building a little bit more to the side. That I may build a tavern in this incredibly obtrusive area. Okay, and people will work on that as they can. Okay, we're building the other fabric that we needed. All right, so that'll fulfill itself. When it's done, it'll be fulfilled. We can go ahead and put people back on this. This thing has run out of stuff to harvest, so let's move it down here. Okay. This can take on 2 humans as well. Not that we probably need it. And I guess as long as we're back here, we can add a little bit of farm field, it looks like. Okay, that trapper's camp is done with what it was doing, and so it will get moved over to here. Oh, again, wrong button, sorry. Turns out that tree doesn't even matter. We're going to move this down here and hit more trees around the edge of this glade. Okay. We will assign some lizards to work on this. Every evening, a gleeman tells stories about the past glorious and times before the Great Civil War. Huh. How's a gleeman? Anyway, we're doing the thing now. So now every time people rest, their need for leisure will be fulfilled, and that'll just happen over time. Yeah. Okay, cool. How long until we get more newcomers? Because we're going to need them. All right, we are continuing to open up new glades. That's within range, right? Yeah. We've been granted another cornerstone. Gain 30 meat every time a villager dies or leaves. Let's hope that we are not going to get any benefit from that. And we're definitely hoping to find another cache with some Queen's Resolve in it in some of these glades over here. Okay, I mean, we know how trading works. So the new trader is a minute 30 out. Might be useful in the near future. We can probably... Yeah, we can cut through to this one. We have that order is ready to complete, and also Look at all the bodies. Keep human resolve above 25 for 30 seconds. Human resolve's in a really good place. We can just go ahead and deliver that immediately. And that means we are only... actually, I think we're good. It looks like it's full. Our next objective would be to deliver a 10-pack of provisions. Well, hold on. Let's say the human house. And then also the makeshift post can produce packs of provisions. Okay. What is it made of? Oh, it's just made of wood. Okay, this seems easy enough. We do have some people spare builders. Okay, yeah. We managed to pass the threshold without having to do all of the orders because we found some reputation elsewhere from having people's resolves high and that cash and everything. So we got some Citadel upgrades and all kinds of new buildings and stuff. There are a lot of systems running here, and I appreciate that they're introducing them to us gradually in theory, but it could maybe be a little bit less gradual, right? Alright, and even more food stockpiles. Who doesn't love food stockpiles? We use these to buy upgrades back in the Smoldering City. So this is meta progression stuff, I assume. Alright, well. We're going to continue on to this next one next time, I think. Oh, or maybe it's going to show us something important right now. Tutorial 2 Town. The world is a vast, ever-changing place, and at its heart lies the Smoldering City. Enter the Smoldering City and use the resources you've gathered so far to buy the Obsidian Archive. Sure. It's awfully pretty. Okay, so... required level all the way up to 18. Interesting. This is what we're looking for, though, right? You will gain a permanent minus 2% to the speed at which the Queen's impatience grows. And we will get the Obsidian Archive, which unlocks deeds and information. And then we should have another 10 food supply, right? 10% more Citadel resources whenever you finish a settlement. Versus the Everlasting Flames, a 2% reduction to fuel consumption in your hearths. And you can start with more resources. I think more meta progression resources, right? The earlier you get something like this, the more valuable it's going to be. Okay. So we've unlocked deeds. Okay. Achievements, which will unlock interesting things. Yeah, there's stuff going on here, huh? There's a fair amount occurring. Okay, so we spent our resources back in the Smoldering City. This world is governed by the eternal Blightstorm cycle. It is almost upon us, so no caravans are allowed to embark. Press the button in the lower right corner to finish the cycle. Okay. Your settlements have been abandoned. People are returning to the Citadel. We've unlocked 2 levels of the Obsidian Archives. Seal contracts, that's a whole thing. We don't know. We got to reforge the gold seal, obviously, to do that. There's fragments. There's a lot. There's a lot yet that we do not yet know about. Let's just go ahead and wrap that first cycle, though. That seems like a fairly serious storm. I can see why one would be against it. Your goal as a Viceroy is to reach the ancient seals with your caravan and reforge them, pushing back the Blightstorm. You're almost ready to venture out on your own. Choose any maps tile inside your embarkation range to begin. Okay. Where's the embarkation range? Is just the bit that's not fogged. Looks like rewards are basically the same everywhere. Proximity of royal outpost makes it easier to communicate with the crown. The pool of order choices will increase by 1. Well, that seems handy. And actually, the marshlands here have a higher... this tile has bonus reward points on it. That's also the case for this watchtower. Discovering glades doesn't increase hostility. We don't know anything about hostility yet. But yeah, we want to start near one of these buildings just because they offer bonus reward points. Let's go this way, because I'm curious about a question mark. To embark, you must first choose a caravan that will become the foundation of your town's population. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Next, choose a difficulty. The higher the risk, the greater the reward. But beware, an inexperienced Viceroy won't last long on the higher difficulties. Yeah, we'll probably come in relatively slowly. Last, use your embarkation points to take extra goods with you. Seems fairly straightforward. Finally ready to embark on your own. Remember, there is always a way out. Experiment and adapt. May the storm be gentle on you, Viceroy. Yeah, that would be rad, right? If the storm could, take it easy. So, beaver caravan with a whole bunch of base goods and some berries and some fabric already. And a group of 2 new villagers already. Or 4 humans and 4 lizards with extra coats and stuff. Is the base goods package is always the same? Yeah. Coats and whatnot. Interesting. I mean, I feel like you need to hack through an awful lot of trees in the early game. I kind of want to go with this one. And then the difficulty, more reputation is required to win. I mean, I feel like we can maybe try taking it up just a little bit. We'll name this settlement the one that survives, because it does, obviously. The one that's... We hit the character limit. The one that character limited. Okay. We're good at gathering wood, so we probably don't need to bring as much wood. Let's just bring... Oh, I guess we have the resources to bring everything that's available in our embarkation area. Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's embark. But, not right now. Obviously, we're 90 minutes into this episode. I think this right here is where we're going to call it for the moment. So, we've got a toehold here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to turn that toehold into some kind of non-handheld progress. Maybe, probably, possibly. And I bet we won't even be eaten by hostile forest creatures. That'll be a sight to see. Come back next time, and we'll see you then.